Okay, hi everybody. Today we're just going to go through one of the things that the high performance compound team's been asking for, which is how to time your cams. So at the moment we are looking at Rhiannon Mills' bow. It came in yesterday, and I will admit I have had a bit of a cheat and just had a look at what the timing was like before this, and it was pretty much right on. It might have been out maybe half a mil. So I've actually detuned this a bit, taken a few twists out of the cable so that we can retime it so you'll actually see what's going on. Okay. There's multiple ways of doing this. I'm going to show you what I think is the best way to do it, and then I'll show you some quicker ways that you can get it done when you're on the field playing. Okay, so I'm just going to come around. So Rach, if you can just show. So this is a draw board, okay? Kind of handy tool to have. If anyone wants the design for this one, I'm happy to take pictures and send it off to you. It's just got basically a boat winch at this end and some rubberized movable fixtures so that you can fix your limbs to it. This can do other things like working out your knock travel, but we're not going on to that today. At the moment we're just going to be doing cam timing and nothing else. So make sure if you're using these that you get a proper load rated one. There's lots of cheap Chinese stuff out there, and yeah, don't get the copy stuff, try and get the original stuff. Make sure it's got a load rating on it. Alright, so what I'm going to do...
Am I allowed to stand here?
No.
Oh, just checking.
Alright, so what I want you for filming, Rach, is you go behind the bow. So step back. Yeah, cool. So why I said that is when you put these under pressure, I don't really have anyone out that way. And I never have anyone in front of the bow when I'm pulling it back. So. Alright. So I'm just going to do this quickly. So what we're emulating here is pulling a bow back, but we can do it really controlled. So at the moment we're not at full draw. Now Rach, if you can just come around and have a look over the top of this cam for me. I don't like putting my fingers in there, so I'm going to use this as a pointer. Can you see the draw stop peg? See how it hasn't quite touched the cable? Now it's touched. Okay. So this is basically what, with a few other things, that is giving you your wall that you can feel.
What did you do to make it touch?
I just clipped the handle here. So it's just like, it replicates you pulling your bow back. So if you come around the front now, so to the top of the bow, you can see here that the top hasn't touched. They should be touching at approximately the same time. Yes, I know there's reasons why you may not have them touching at the same time, but at the moment we're just going to be getting this into timing and not going through how to take them out of time and have 2 stopping points. We'll go through that at another time. So, now, what I have to do is if I start drawing this further, this would show you how much extra. I just had to winch that bow back. So hang on, we'll come to here, start again. All right, there. So we've just touched at the bottom. And Rachie, if you come across, I'm just going to grab a pen. I'm just using a whiteboard marker here to show you where your draw length would be if you stopped at the first stopping point. Okay? Can you get it?
So it would be there.
Yep.
So it looks like that.
Yep. Now, that's with the top not touching. So if you can go down and show the top not touching. Now I've had to draw extra, see how you can see it winding back? Now the top's touching. Now if you have a look here, that's how much extra I had to draw the bow. All right. Without taking into account knock travel or anything like that, you're giving more energy to the bow. So what we're going to do now is let that down. So generally, I don't tend to use a drawboard for this. I cheat a little and use my hooter shooter. But because this is horizontal and easier for filming, and to be honest, a lot cheaper for you guys to make at home, I showed you on the drawboard. So what I'm going to do to time this, well, I know exactly what I did. I put 6 twists into the control cable to put it that far out of time. So I already knew, because it was in time. Now, you may want a pen and paper for this next bit, or I can send you an email on it. With a Hoyt, or at least the Hoyts I've been working on in the last 15 or 16 years, if you put twists into a cable, so you're making it shorter, the poundage will go up, okay? If you take twists out, it will reduce the poundage. If you put twists into your string, it will reduce the poundage and shorten your draw length. If you take twists out of your string, it will increase your poundage and increase your draw length. There's lots of little things that can happen. So if you're happy with your poundage, but you're just trying to get it in time, what you do is you put 3 twists into one cable to shorten it, or take 3 twists out of the opposite cable, so your bus cable being one, control being the other, to keep the poundage exactly the same. All right, so I'm just setting this up at the moment. So I try to keep anyone who's working away from the sides. So we're going onto this control cable, and initially let's just take out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 twists. Now put that back on, fingers out. Now sometimes the cable can drop like it just did then. You just need to be patient. So Rachie, if you can film me here doing exactly what you're not supposed to do, try to keep your fingers out of inside cams when everything's under pressure, because if things slip off, they can really hurt your fingers. So I know this bow press is no longer available and there's loads of different presses out on the market. I tend to keep using this one because I like the fact that if everything comes undone, the bow just doesn't drop and fall to the floor. I like the fact that it can do crossbows, it can do all sorts of things. So obviously I'm not trying to sell it because it's not even buyable anymore. I just like the way it works. So what I'm doing there is before I let go, I visually inspect that all the loops are where they're supposed to be. That they're actually sitting on the cams so that you don't take the pressure off and the bow explodes or comes apart. A good way to do that is to physically touch them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. don't think I'm the only person that does that. I saw a video that I think George Riles was doing that he did exactly the same thing. So it's not a new thing, loads of people do it, and I think it's a good idea to make sure that you're both safe. Now, there's nothing better you can do than just be patient in doing this. It can take time. And write down what you did. So let's say, for example, I know I put 4 twists into the bus cable just then. Oh, sorry, I took 4 twists out, so here you can mix it up. Because we've only just come back to here, normally I'd have a whiteboard set up somewhere and I'd actually write what I did to the customer's bow, so that you can always go back to that starting position. So now, I want you to film the other ends where the draw stop peg is, Rach. Draw stop peg at the bottom end, to be honest, the other end. So the draw stop peg will come around, and we know that that was touching first last time, and it still is going to be touching first. So we give it one more click, so now it's on. Now, if you look at the top, you'll have to come around the other side again. See how it's not quite in? It's slightly outside of the cam. Now what I'm doing now is I've just whipped away to get another whiteboard marker. Now Rachel, if you can go over the top, the blue one is the one we've just done, the green ones were the old ones. All right, so you can see how that has varied where your draw length is. Now, we're going to give it another couple of clicks to find out where... Rach, can you film that top cam, please? All right, I'll do it again. Rachel was filming something else. All right, so the bottom cam's just in time. Okay, so now, this is you drawing your bow back just that little bit further. 1 click, 2 clicks, then I reckon it's in. Now, if you come back to this end, right up here, the extra draw length that gave, you'll have to back off just a little. So you can see how we've got the draw lengths closer and closer together. So the green ones was where we started. The blue is where we are now. Now, yes, because I know that I took 6 out of the control and I only did 4, it's highly likely that I need to do another 2, isn't it? So we're going to go back and do that now and see whether we can get the actual draw stop just to be 1 stop. So Rach, can you also film the peep sight going, the peep sight at the moment? So you can watch that peep sight actually from the top, from the top going down, yeah. So as your bow's coming forward, what you'll find is if the strings have been put together properly, that peep sight will come back straight. See how that one, even after, I think this set's over 18 months old and it's done quite a bit of work, that peep sight's coming back straight. All right, it just shows you that, yes, I guess I'm telling you that these are my strings, but, Scout bowstrings, but you'll find that if strings have been made properly, that peep sight will come back straight, okay? If they're coming back and twisting, you've got some issues. And pretty much, if it's doing that, they're unresolvable. You need to change strings. Okay, so there's no fast way around this. We're back into the press.
I'm going to go to the other side of you this time.
So we're not getting onto things like cam lean, all that sort of stuff, what it does to the knocking point, because changing timing will move your knocking point up and down. We're not getting onto that, we're just timing your cams. There's so many different things you can do when you start getting into this stuff. Right. So my guess is that I'm going to have to take 2 twists out of control, 1, 2, and we should be back where we started with the bow in time. when we're building this, I'm going to need to get some light on the other side because I can't see very well. Well, guess that's what happens as I get older. Alright, I don't want you there, Rach. You shouldn't really have anyone where Rachel was just standing, like I said 5 minutes ago. You don't have people standing where they can get hurt. So no one at that end. Either end of the bow, in case everything lets go, that would have whipped around. Okay, so we're just doing that visual check, making sure that everything's on. You will have written it down on a whiteboard because you don't know that it's going to be correct. And yes, please excuse how the boxes and everything look around the shop at the moment because we're in the process of moving from one shop to the other. And it's quite a mess at the moment, but these boxes will get organised and they'll all have racking numbers and all that sort of thing so you can make sure you get your stuff. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've done the visual check, they're all on. Now, hopefully, yep, they both touched at the same time. One more click, doof, and I would say that is set. So now, that is exactly in time. There's the final one, and there's no extra click required. So, 6 twists out, 2 twists out, in time. Can you see how that draw length changed? That's going to have a big effect on you when you're shooting. So keeping your cams in time is an important thing. All right. So I can only comment for Scout bowstrings. So for us, if you buy your bowstrings and we fit them, we will retime your cam for the next 12 months. However, that doesn't help you when I'm in Victor Harbour and you're in Sydney for the World Cup that's on at the moment. And you need to be able to time your cams. Like it or not, everyone likes to believe their strings are perfect and they're never going to go out of time. It's just not quite true. Occasionally something's going to happen, your strings are going to go out of time and you need to know how to time your cams or have someone around you that does. This is just a basic thing that I've gone through to show you what I've done. So, your standard thing that's going to happen is your top cam is going to be retarded. Okay? I know people don't like that word. I have a son with a disability and I understand that, but we're using it in the true sense of the word. The cam has not hit yet, it's got a gap, okay? It is retarded in comparison to the bottom cam. What I'd suggest, and it seems to be reasonably good for knock travel, which I haven't got into, is on the SVX cam is to have the top cam hitting between 1 to 2 millimeters prior to the bottom cam, or in time. Seems to work quite well. That will give you 2 stops. If you have that 1 mil gap, but it also means that if you're going away and your cam goes back into time like this is, so it goes exactly the same time, it'll still work fine. If it's 1 mil before, it will work well, which is generally where I set mine. My top cam hits 1 mil before my bottom, and at least then it will work fine. You do not want your bottom cam hitting first, generally with a hoik. Okay, so with everything, there's exceptions to the rule. I'm sure there's someone in the world that shoots astronomical scores having their bottom cam hitting first. I'm just telling you what I do and what I find works for me and has worked for me when I've tried to prove it in a hooter shooter, okay? Because I don't think there's any golden bullet that you can go get. It's just a matter of time, and what I've found is time on a hooter shooter or time shooting, and this is what's got me the best score. So what I'm going to go away and do for Rhiannon is put 2 more twists into her bus cable and get that top cam hitting about 1 mil before. I'm not going to bother showing you that. This has showed you how to get your cams into time. So we'll go through the steps. If the standard thing is happening, your top cam is retarded, you will generally put twists into your bus cable. If you want to keep your poundage the same, you put one twist into your bus cable and take one twist out of your control cable. Speaking for Scout bowstrings, we try to make sure that you don't put more than 10 twists into a cable or take 10 twists out. Putting twists in is easier and better for the string. Taking twists out can be an issue, just because it will loosen off the string and how it's been stretched. So if you're trying to keep a bow at, let's say, 59 pound, one twist in, one twist out, do this test, see if your timing's right. For those of you in my high performance team, feel free to contact me in the group page. For those of you who might be watching this somewhere else in the world, feel free to give feedback. We're going to try and do a few more of these, so we'll take anything on board that you have to say and try to improve for next time. So I hope this has helped. Any questions, we'll chat with you. Cheers, see you later.